So hello sir, this is Dipti here from Auto Components India magazine. So we are covering. So basically, we would like to know how what your company does and how it is catering to the auto sector.
Sure. Let me tell about the company. The Alstrut essentially is a company based out of Chennai, but present all over India in different cities, and we are helping manufacturing companies in making their solutions to make productivity, efficiency, quality, safety gains. That's largely a focus. As a company, we have been doing a lot of work in the manufacturing industries to automate their end-of-line, as we call it, the end-of-line automation. End-of-line means that after you finish making the components, it needs to be packed into certain formats and needs to be shipped out. That's one of the areas that we do. We also are a company, we make conveyors of different types, and those conveyors are used as part of the automation systems in manufacturing itself. The more recent venture that we have gone into is about 3 years back. We partnered with Universal Robots, a Danish company pioneering in the collaborative robot space, and subsequently with a company called Mobile Industrial Robo, again a pioneer in the mobile industrial or autonomous mobile robot space. And these two collaborative robots has enhanced our ability to create valuable solutions to manufacturing companies. And we're already familiar with the manufacturing companies, so it's more of an extension of our solutions using robots to these companies.
So which segment do you see the maximum traction coming from?
I would say that the biggest opportunity for robotics is in areas where manpower challenges are increasing. Largely, you see anywhere you have a lot of people engaged in manufacturing, the question that we are asking to ourselves is, and especially repetitive in nature and unsafe operations, how much of that can be automated so that these people can get upgraded in their skills to do more high quality jobs that are meant for the people to do. Now, the most interesting part with what we are trying to do with these automation is we don't have to 100% replace a human when you put a robot. That's the concept of the collaborative robot. The collaborative robot allows the human to work alongside the robot safely to do the job that is very repetitive by the robot and what requires a high level of intelligence by the human. So it's a combination of intelligence of human with the task that can be done by the robot, making it a much more powerful combination than just the robot alone or the human alone. So any space where you think is that opportunity is the space we work. But that's much at the higher level. But largely we work with manufacturing machines which requires repetitive tasks of loading, unloading a component, especially talking auto components. That's a major part of the manufacturing process. You are either removing metal or you are adding metal to make a product. So that's what we are focused on.
So do you think the recent economic slowdown has any impact on the business?
Interesting question. I would say the collaborative robot space itself, I would not say too much impact because we are just scratching the surface right now. So for us, it is still growth, primarily because if every manufacturing company just experiments with one collaborative robot, you know how many auto component companies are there in this country. So we still not touched that point of sales. So absolutely not time for us to worry about it. In fact, I see that as an opportunity because many companies who slow down in production will find this is the right opportunity to go and automate some of their processes to ramp up for the future. So if it was a heavy, busy time, most people worry what happens if my machine is used to automate and what happens to my production during that time. And that is not going to be the case now because you anyway have enough time to actually stop your machine, so you rather do the automation now. So I don't think this is not a concern at all.
So do you think the industry is moving towards IoT and automation at a very faster pace than it was earlier?
I think there are evidences of that. The smart manufacturing, and especially the government also is looking at making Samadhi job programs, and there are many encouraging initiatives that are happening, both from the industry as well as from the ecosystem, as well as the vendors and the government. And no better time than this to actually make the manufacturing smarter. And this has been a cry for a long time, because India's manufacturing, India is very good in IT world. We know that. We know the services of Indian IT companies reach globally. The question is how much of that is touching our own manufacturing. So this is the best opportunity to really deploy technologies that can enhance Indian manufacturing to take it to the next level and compete globally. That's very important to look at. We have the opportunity. So yes, the Industry 4.0 technologies and Industry 4.0 awareness is much higher compared to what it was many years back. We don't have to tell anymore people to do smart things to make their manufacturing better.
So, what do you think are the USPs of the new product you have launched?
So if you talk about collaborative robo, it's a completely mind-shifting change in how you actually look at automation. Let me explain that a little. Because the collaborative robo has the ability to collaborate with humans and use their intelligence when it is needed, your level at which you can start the automation is reduced. In the past, if you had to automate a line, you had to put a lot of smart sensors, intelligence to do the job which is required to be done. But now with collaborative robo, you can actually have a combination of the robo doing jobs that are very repetitive, and the intelligence still can be done by the human. So it increases the possibilities of automation, number one. It reduces the concerns that you will have on, oh, what if I don't have a sensor which works well for this application? Now you have a human eye as a sensor, what better can be there? So you have a combination of things that you can do, which I think is a great USP for the industry itself to be able to automate. And the entry level for automation is coming down. And you may be able to start at a much lower level rather than having to fully automate a plant by using a combination of a collaborative robo and a human interface.
So, how big do you think is the market for it now?
So I really don't have any real statistics on what the market size is. So I can give you some indicators to this. Our companies has been growing 3x or 2x minimum. Most of the partners have been growing 2x to 3x. The parent company itself has come in a few years back, and they have grown. Every year they've been doubling their business. And so if these are indicators of the adoption of these technologies. I think the market size we are talking about is pretty huge. Now, in comparison with what it is in other parts of the world, like adoption in China, or talking about Southeast Asia, India is still much lower, maybe 1/3, 1/4 adoption when it comes to Southeast Asia. In China, it will be probably 1/10. So the opportunities and the problems are similar, because I don't think the manufacturing does very differently for a component in India versus in China. You still have the same machines, whether it's a turning machine or a grinding machine or a milling machine. It's the same machines which is used. It's just that they are putting more robots and we are putting less of them. The challenger remains the same. We also have the same challenges in terms of availability of manpower. So it's also a country, China is also a country which has a lot of humans. So I don't think we're just scratching the surface of our model.
So, what growth areas or challenge areas you see for your company from short term to medium term?
Okay. The growth challenges for us largely comes from our own talent. I would rather say that, because even though these technologies are great, it still needs humans to actually deploy and apply them. When I say apply them, is your ability to conceptualize an idea to deploy itself needs a little bit of good talent of engineering. And these are not spaces which are actually been very much, it's not been there for a very long time. So even the engineering colleges that we have students coming out, we literally have to spend a lot of time in preparing them. And these are not single discipline. topics. For example, it's not just electronics, it's electronics plus mechanical plus IT. So to get people to actually think in all dimensions, and that's going to be a limiting factor for us to grow. That's one major thing that I foresee that is going to be a limiting factor for us.
So, would you mind explaining us what the machine behind?
Sure. So let me take an example of what kind of application. There are many applications that you can do with a collaboration. Here is one example of a simple work of picking a component, placing it in a machine, chuck, and the chuck, then the machine operations are done, and then it has to be removed from the chuck, as simple as that. Today it's done by humans. Typically these are done every 20-30 seconds. The person is just doing this job continuously. What's the challenges of this being done by humans? One, when you continuously operate like this for about 20 seconds cycle time for 8 hours shift, maybe probably 30 minutes of break, the human is going to get extremely fatigued and it's going to have some ergonomical challenges. What we are trying to resolve here in this application is taking that element of risk to human and doing it in an automated way using a robot. Now, we can also do that in a most complex way of having the human not touching or going near to these components still needs to be placed for the robot to be able to pick. So the way we bring collaboration now with the human is the human can bring in the component while the robot is working and placing it without any risk to that human, and he doesn't have to cross through any fence or a safety light curtain to be able to enter. Most times when the human enters this area, and I can't be standing even next to this, even if it is fully running at a higher speed, because if it was a robo without the safety which is built into it, you won't be allowed to stand here because that is risk. What we have changed is we have changed the game of how the humans interact with the machine when the robot is placed. And that's what essentially this whole application is showing you. And typically what happens is if I kind of stretch the path of this, then it goes to a protected stop, and that's what happens. So for example, I just put pressure on top of this robo, and the robo now goes to a protected stop, and it stops. Just put in a normal situation, it would have just hit my hand and stopped, and that's why it makes it collaborative, because it doesn't actually damage my hand, it doesn't cause any risk to me, but it would have stopped. Now I just go have to press the button on the screen, and then it will start again. So if I can ask some help for it because I can't move with my camera speaker, but we can just start the robo again. Just a press of the button, the operator starts it again. So completely empowered for the operator to be able to interact and work with the robot without a fear of any accident. That's the primary idea.
So, thank you for all your time and for having us here. So, it was really nice meeting you.
I appreciate it, and I wish there's more adoption of this and there's more benefits that we are able to drive for Indian manufacturing, which is one of the visions of our company, and an Indian company wanting to invest in Indian manufacturing. We look forward to more successes in India and more global competition. Thank you very much.